The predictions for Memelands Captainz Mint are absolutely insane. They're absolutely wild. From 6 ETH to 8 ETH to 10 to 15. Everyone has a prediction of what the floor price is gonna hit after mint. And the prediction of you hitting that subscribe button is even higher than that. Also, in the comments down below, let me know what you think Captainz is going to hit, and we'll see who's closest. Now, in this video, I'm gonna break down where I think the price could go using existing drops data to get us a better estimate of where it could go. Now, this is a little bit of fun. It's just like guessing the football scores, so don't take this seriously. This is not financial advice. You've got to do your own research. This is hella risky. And also, I'm not a Potatoz holder. I'm not an MVP holder. I'm not in the ecosystem, so I'm not pumping my own bags with these predictions. Now, anyway, it's a little bit loud out here. Let's jump in the studio. First up, the mint details. Minting on the 4th of January, 8 AM PST, 11 AM EST, and it's minting for 48 hours. Now, the mint price is 1.069 ETH each, and the supply is 9,999. So we are predominantly going to be looking at invisible friends. They are a part of Random Character Collective, and basically to get on the invisible friends whitelist, to guarantee it, if you held 3 mood rollers or slim hoods or a combination of both, you're basically guaranteed a mint. Now, this is the best comparison because to get Memelands Captainz, you're going to need 3 potatoes. So 3 potatoes guarantees you a Captainz mint. So that's why we're using invisible friends and their drop structure and pricing of the existing projects and their floors to give us the mint price and then the price prediction. So first up with slim hoods, I'm jumping into Nansen to give you an overview. Now, right before the sort of snapshot, we can see that slim hoods up here got to an average price of around 2.7 ETH. And with mood rollers, they got to that 2.6 ETH mark right before the snapshot right here. So this meant if you wanted to guarantee a mint of invisible friends, this was going to cost 7.8 ETH plus the 0.25 ETH. So let's make that 8 ETH to guarantee a mint for invisible friends. Now let's jump in and have a look at their numbers. Now, the average price for an invisible friend, when we have a look at OpenSea, it placed it at around 9.1 ETH. That's the average price. And on Nansen, we are getting an average price of around 8 ETH. But there were 10 ETH sales straight off the rip within that first day or so for invisible friends. So invisible friends ran 2 ETH above the guaranteed mint price. So the first part of the prediction for Captainz, if we have a look at the potatoes, they are at a 3.2 ETH floor price, which gets us to a 9.6 ETH mark. Then if we take the 1.069 ETH, we get a comfortable 10 ETH mark. It is a little bit above it, but let's just round it off at the 10. Now, invisible friends ran over by 2 ETH. So if we add 2 ETH to what it takes to guarantee a mint for potatoes, including the actual mint price itself, we get around 12 to 12.5 ETH. Now, this may seem reasonable or outrageous, depending on your perspective, but we have another metric to run off. We have the MVP, or you the real MVP. Now, this is currently sitting at a 42 ETH price. Now, what I do actually want to point out is that if you go to activity, 42 ETH is almost like a false floor. So we are actually going to run off some of these previous sales. So 27.3 is an accepted price, but we're going to look at around that 32 to 37 ETH mark. The reason being is this is where the actual sales have happened, and the current 42 ETH floor is a false floor. Now, when you have a look at what the MVPs actually get, and this is on the Memeland website, now you can see I am an MVP holder. What do I get? You have 2 free mints of the Captainz, another awesome utility and perks. So when we actually take the 35, and let's just go to 35 because it's a round number, a 35 ETH price point and divide it by 2, we actually get 15 ETH. So if we have a look at the straight value play of what people are buying for, the people that are buying into the MVP ecosystem are looking like they would be getting around a 15 ETH price. But then they will also get the ability to do some first come first serve mints as well. So this could run up to a 3. So if you then take the 35 ETH and you be generous and give them a third and you divide it by 3, you end up with around 11.6 ETH. And if you have a look at what it's going to cost if you're holding Potatoz, that being around that 12 ETH, you can then see that the 11 to 12 ETH mark is coming up a lot, and that's where the market is most likely pricing Captainz. So here is my price prediction. Right out the gate, we'll see some sales around that 10 or 11 ETH. It'll drop down to around 8 as people want to make some sales. We will then see it churn up to around that 10 ETH mark. We will see it bounce around. I think 10 ETH will be a psychological barrier, but I do see it popping through and running up and hitting a decent stability around a 12 ETH mark. I do think at some point there will be some crazy sales and we will see a singular sale at around that 15 ETH mark, almost like a little blow off top, but it will then come back down to around that 12 ETH mark, and then right before the reveal, I think it will taper off to around that 10 ETH mark. Now, the reason that it will taper off after this point here is a lot of people a day or two beforehand don't see any more upside, so what they want to do is they want to kind of layer out and sell off because they want to essentially take some profits. The reason that I think we will have an initial dip and sell off in the beginning is people will try to sell at 10, then there'll be some people that list at 9.9, then 9.8, and then those that are short on liquidity will just kind of list it, floor it as much as they can. You will have some people come in and then buy in thinking that this is a great seal and a great bargain and great buy because they feel like it's going to run up to around that sort of 12 ETH mark again. Then they will run this up. I think we will hit a psychological barrier at around 10 ETH just because it'll be 2 ETH above kind of throwing all your cash at this. But I also think 10 is a round number and that's just what you'll get. Now, once you have had all these sellers sell off, you will see a little bit of upward swing. And I think 12.5 is a decent price that it will kind of get a little bit stable off. The reason I believe there will be some kind of blow-offy top is Ray is a degen. He knows how to rile up the space. He knows how to get people going. I believe there will be an announcement at some point that will get some speculation running rampant. People will then run in and it should run up. People that have then bought in at sort of 10 or even minted will be like 15 ETH is some baller cash. They will then liquidate it, sell it out, and then you will get some sell pressure, and that's why you'll come back down here. That is my price prediction for the Captainz. Now, for those of you that think it is outrageous that it could hit those numbers, I want to kind of point back at Art Gobblers. With Art Gobblers, they were running crazy and rampant, and there were a lot of sales. With Art Gobblers, there were prices where it was sitting around that sort of 20 up to 25 ETH mark with a blow-off top. That is kind of what I'm getting at here. So this is why I believe that sort of 10 to 12 ETH mark isn't outrageous for a project that has proven that they can deliver with a founder, with Ray, kind of working hard and being everywhere, being a degen, because they know how to play the game and really lean into speculation. So that is my price prediction for Memelands Captainz Mint. Now, what I will say is Ray is a degen. He has been playing the space. It's not just a one-off mint. They have been gamifying this for a long time with Potatoz, with the MVP. They've been doing a lot in the space. They have been doing a lot of spaces, a lot of things. So I wouldn't fade this project. I'm not saying it is a buy or a sell signal. This video was just a bit of fun because in every server that I'm in, people are trying to guess what the price will be for Memeland and the Captainz Mint, and this is what I thought we would kind of do in this video. If you found value in this video, please go down there and consider hitting up that subscribe button, and while you're down there, also hit up the like button. As always, it's been a pleasure having you with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.